Welcome to our 11th edition of News at Noon, the Spring Show. First, let's start off with the NCAA tournament. Thursday, the number 1 seed Florida took a win over the number 16 seed Albany, 67-55. The number 9 seed Pittsburgh took a win over the 8th seed Colorado, 77-48. The number 1 seed Florida and the number 9 seed Pittsburgh will be playing today at 12:15 Eastern Time, 11:15 Central Time. SF Austin took a win over VCU yesterday, 77-75. That was what a game, guys. SF Austin was down by 4 with 10 seconds remaining in regulation. SF Austin brings down the court. The person gets fouled while shooting a 3. The basket counted and the free throw went in. So we're tied as we go into overtime, and SF Austin eventually took a 2-point win over VCU. The number 4 seed UCLA took a win over the 13 seed Tulsa, 76-59. Now the number 12 seed SF Austin will play the number 4 seed UCLA beginning tomorrow at 7:10 Eastern Time, 6:10 Central Time. Excuse me. The number 11 seed Dayton took a win over the 6th seed Ohio State on Thursday, 60-59. The number 3 seed Syracuse also took a win over the number 14 seed West Michigan, 77-53. And now the number 11 seed Dayton will play the number 3 seed Syracuse today at 7:10 Eastern Time, 6:10 Central Time. Stanford took a win over the number 7 seed New Mexico, 58-53. The number 2 seed Kansas took a win over 15 seed East Kentucky. That was a game during halftime and about midway through the second half, but then Kansas took the lead. So Kansas wins 80-69, and Stanford, the number 10 seed Stanford and the number 2 seed Kansas will be playing tomorrow at 12:15 Eastern Time, 11:15 Central Time. The number 1 seed Virginia took a win off the number 16 seed Coast Carolina, 70-59. 8 seed Memphis took a win over 9 seed George Washington, 71-66. Number 12 seed Harvard took a win over the number 5 seed Cincinnati on Thursday, 61-57. The number 4 seed Michigan State took a win over the number 13 seed Delaware, 93-78. Now the number 12 seed Harvard and the number 4 seed Michigan State will play today at 8:40 Eastern Time, 7:40 Eastern Time. It's 7:40 Central Time, excuse me. The number 6 seed North Carolina took a win over the 11 seed Providence, 79-77. Whew! And then the number 3 seed Iowa State took a win over the 14 seed North Carolina Central, 93-75. Now, number 6 seed North Carolina will play the 3 seed Iowa State tomorrow at 5:15 Eastern Time, 4:15 Central Time. Number 7 seed Connecticut took a win over the 10 seed St. Joseph's, 89-81. Number 2 seed Villanova took a win over the 15 seed Milwaukee, 73-53. Now the 7 seed Connecticut will play the number 2 seed Villanova today at 9:40 Eastern Time, 8:40 Central Time. The number 2 seed Michigan took a win over the 15 seed Wofford, 57-40. Number 7 seed Texas took a win over the 10 seed Arizona State, 87-85. Now, Texas and Michigan will play today at 5:15 Eastern Time, 4:15 Central Time. Number 11 seed Tennessee took a win over the 6th seed Massachusetts, 86-67. And here is the shock. Here was the shock of yesterday's game. The number 14 seed Mercer beat the number 3 seed Duke 78-71. I was just like, wow. And now the 11 seed Tennessee will play 14 seed Mercer tomorrow at 6:10 Eastern Time, 5:10 Central Time. On Thursday, number 5 seed St. Louis beat the 12 seed North Carolina State 83-80. Number 4 seed Louisville beat the number 13 seed Manhattan 71-64. Now St. Louis and Louisville will play today at 2:45 Eastern Time, 1:45 Central Time. The number 1 seed Wichita State beat the number 16 seed, don't know how to say this word, Cal Poly? I have no idea, sorry. But Wichita State won 64-37. Number 8 seed Kentucky took a win over the 9 seed Kansas State 56-49. Number 1 seed Wichita State and 8 seed Kentucky will play tomorrow at 2:45 Eastern Time, 1:45 Central Time. Excuse me, got a little messed up here. Okay. Number 2 seed Wisconsin beat the number 15 seed American 75-35. Number 7 seed Oregon beat the 10 seed BYU 87-68. Now Oregon and Wisconsin will play tonight at 7:45 Eastern Time, 6:45 Central Time. Number 6 seed Baylor beat the 3 seed Creighton. Baylor beat Nebraska 74-60. Creighton beat Louisiana Lafayette 76-66. Now Baylor and Creighton will play tomorrow at 7:45 Eastern Time, 6:45 Central Time. Number 5, Oklahoma beat the 12 seed North Dakota State beat Oklahoma 80-75. San Diego State beat New Mexico State 73-69. Now North Dakota State and San Diego State will play tonight at 6:10 Eastern Time, 5:10 Central Time. Number 1 seed Arizona beat the 16 seed Weber State 68-59. And the number 8 seed Gonzaga beat Oklahoma State 85-77. And Arizona and Gonzaga will play tomorrow at 9:40 Eastern Time, 8:40 Eastern Time. Now that we have the NCAA out of the way, let's get to what spring is all about. Spring, it's warm. Unlike today, it's pretty cool outside because it rained yesterday. We'll get to the weather in here in just a minute. And stay tuned because you will want to hear what I have to say about equinoxes. And like I said, spring is usually warm, not like today. Spring is probably my favorite season. Is it yours? I know it's mine because you can ride your bike in the warm weather. You can play basketball in the warm weather. You can do plenty of things in warm weather, and that's why I love spring. Now, let's get to the weather. With today being cool with a high of 60, tomorrow will also be cool with a high of about 55. This isn't spring-like, but Monday it's going to be about 60. Tuesday, finally starting to warm up in like 65, upper 60s. Same for Wednesday, same for Thursday, same for Friday. Some of that points we're going to be in 70s. It will finally start to feel like spring-like weather. And now, winter's pretty much over now, and spring's finally here. Now let's talk about an equinox. An equinox occurs twice a year, around March 20th and September 22nd. The word itself has several related definitions. The oldest meaning is the day when daytime and night are of approximately equal duration. The word equinox comes from this definition, derived from the Latin equus and nox. The equinox is not exactly the same as the day when periods of daytime and night are of equal length for two reasons. Firstly, sunrise, which begins daytime, occurs when the top of the sun disk rises above the horizon. Secondly, Earth's atmosphere refracts sunlight. As a result, an observer sees daylight before the first glimpse of the sun's disk above the horizon. To avoid this ambiguity, I cannot speak today. To avoid this I've said this word before. To avoid this ambiguity, something like that. I'm not even going to try to say it anymore. To avoid this, whatever I just tried to say, the word equilux is sometimes used to mean a day on which the periods of daylight and night are equal. Times of sunset and sunrise vary with variety. What is up with me? I cannot speak. Oh my gosh. With an observer's location. So the dates when day and night are of exactly equal length likewise depend on location. So now you know kind of what an equinox is. Sometimes in later shows we'll talk more about equinoxes, but that's all I've got for an equinox right now. So let's get back to our spring show. I didn't have anybody send pictures to me about spring. If you want to send some pictures, because I know it was late notice yesterday. I told you about it like 10 p.m., so it was late notice. And for our next show, you can send a picture, anything that includes a picture about spring. Just send the picture to 918-649-7082, and I will use it for our next show. Our next show is next Saturday. Medea visits the cast of News at Noon. Then April the 6th is a Sunday for the birthday show. Jaylee Oglesby will be turning 13 on that day, and JC Blake will be turning 10 the next Monday. And then April the 12th is our Easter show. April 19th, the last episode before the season finale. And then April 26th is going to be here before we know it. It's pretty much just a month away, and JC will say goodbye. We'll have a big memorial video. It'll be just a pretty long show like today's is. So you won't want to miss April 26th. Goodbye show. So that's it for today. I'm Braden Oglesby, and thanks for watching News at Noon.